Hey, how you doing? This is Tom, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. I got something really interesting to show you. Something that I've used over the years is this website, Dave's Radio Receiver page. And Dave does a terrific job of reviewing radios. He used to be an editor for Passport to World Band Radio, which I've shown you some of their old books, which were reviews and information about radios, shortwave radios especially. And he was an editor from 2000 to 2009. And he's been running this webpage with, again, useful reviews. And for some reason, I stopped watching his webpage and watching the updates. Well, I got an email a couple of days ago from him. I guess I was on his mailing list, and it says, "Hey guys, I have moved my webpage to a different site." And the reason he did that is because the Angel Fire webpage company, I'll call it, was putting a lot of pop-ups in his webpage. When you went to his webpage, you were getting all these pop-ups. That reminded me why I stopped reading his very good webpage, because all those pop-ups. Well, he's gone to, I believe, qsl.net, and those pop-ups are not there. So, great place to review or get reviews of radios. Now, and let me just show you real quickly down here where his list of reviews are. Here they are. All kinds of radios. And like I say, I used to go there a lot when I was looking for new radios. Like you can see here, here's a review of the Tecsun radios. Grundig radios. And a lot of times based on his review, I ordered one of those radios. Anyway, what I did, if we come back up to the top, it says, where did it go? Okay, it says all rights are reserved. Now, I have shown you his first page, this top part here, a couple of times in my shows in the past, quite a few years ago. And because of this, I did not go into any detail of his postings. I show you this list down here, and that would be it. I got an idea. I thought, what I'd like to do is I would like to compare some of his reviews in detail with my reviews. Not to critique them, but just compare them to see what he found out about a particular radio compared to what I found out. So yesterday I sent him an email, because it does say down here, information on his website may be duplicated for non-commercial use only. And only if Dave Radio Receiver page is properly credited and linked as a source. So I need to put a link to his page in the description below this video. Then it says photos and other files contained on this website and used elsewhere without prior authorization is prohibited. So I got a little concerned that if I went down to a review he did, which he has a lot of pictures and illustration, that I might be violating this. So I asked for permission, and he says, no problem. Thanks for asking, and you can do that. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to try, maybe I'll create a little series on radios that he's reviewed and what I thought when I reviewed. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's do the first one today. I'm going to come down here to the one that I just highlighted. You can see I've seen it already right here. This is the 3 Chinese radios, the Tecsun PL-660, 680, and 880. Now, this is interesting. first thing he starts right off the bat, he says, as covered around the internet with all three of these models of Chinese portable radios reviewed below, quality control can vary. That's what I say quite often when somebody says, can you recommend a radio? And I tell them, well, this particular radio I like, but you have to be aware of quality control of Chinese radios and try to get a radio that's easy to return. He's came to the same conclusion. He says, with the PL-880 test sample manufactured in May 2007, it was plagued with so many quality control issues that made it a 100% proper test impossible. And I can agree with it. And that's kind of what I'm looking for here, is what he found out about a particular radio versus what I found out with the same radio, but not the same model, not the same radio. Now, what I want to do today is I'm going to go down to one radio I did not like. And we get down to it, it's down at the bottom here. This one right here. I had so much hope for this radio. It really, really looked nice. And I got one of the very first ones that came out that was available to the general public. This is the Tecsun PL-880. And I just wanted to like this radio. It just looked so cool, had so many features. Let's see what he said. Okay. Serial number 1, defective. So the first one he got, he's saying was defective. The defective sample was even slightly less sensitive on shortwave than the replacement below. Serial number 2 test sample. This is what he's going to talk about. So I went through the same thing. I bought one that was, I don't know what number it was, but it was fairly new, and it had a lot of problems. And I had a problem getting it replaced, even though I bought it from Amazon. So Amazon had to step in and contact the manufacturer or the distributor in the United States and get me a replacement, which I did. I don't know how much older it was when it was manufactured, but he says his second one was manufactured in 2013, about the same time mine was. So then he goes, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read it, or not read it to you, but show you this, what he found, and compare it to what I found. So here we go. Good. Dual conversion analog design that also includes DSP IF. For decent IF band filter. Yeah, okay. Outstanding, super clean, medium wave, shortwave, and FM audio quality. Yeah. Good. Ergonomic. I can't say that word. You know that word, right? That word right here. Ergonomics. There we go. Excellent direct keyboard entry. 2 knobs, fast and slow for turning. Yeah. Worked great. Looks great. All the keys were very tactical. Are worked with a tactical response. I'm so excited about doing this. I'm really messing up here. Please bear with me. Some other things, signal strength, ATS, event timer, long wave band coverage not tested. I didn't test it either because I can't get anything on long wave. A slew of undocumented adjustments for operation tweaks. Yes, there were a whole bunch of functions that I don't think they finished or they didn't check out, so they didn't tell you about them. And they were not, you know, something really fantastic. It was just things that other radios that had that they included, but they didn't tell you about it. You had to go on the internet to find out about it. As he says, do an internet search. Bad. Okay. Audio may be considered too bassy by some. Yeah, I would say a little bassy, not bad. A single step tone control is nothing more than a simple high cutout switch. Yeah, well, A lot of the cheaper radios, that's what it is. This was not a cheap radio. General whip antenna. Overall sensitivity, not so hot. Yeah, that's what I felt. I had to use an external antenna. Very weak medium wave and short wave signals tend to get swamped out in the automatic gain control. Yes, that drove me nuts. No frequency slewing using up-down buttons. Line audio output is a bit too high. Yeah, it didn't seem to bother me, but not to any distortion. Yeah, right, not to any distortion. The unofficial, again, not documented, synchronous detector is useless. Yes, I agree. It was just useless. It made things worse. And I guess that's why they didn't document it, even though it was in the design. It wasn't finished. With our test sample, single sideband modes are awash with distortion, making the single sideband modes almost useless. I consider them useless. And like I say, I think mine, the production numbers were probably 2 or 3 months apart. So it was still early in production. Now, I haven't gone back and ordered a third one because I've got burnt out on this to find out if they've improved things. Medium wave not supported on external antenna. Okay, normally it's not. The external whip antenna is flimsy, uses untraditional 18650 batteries. That doesn't bother anymore because a lot of radio manufacturers are now using it. Again, this review was some time ago. Okay, down here he says Tecsun does its IF filtering business in the PL-880 with this processor chip. We have a bug where the shortwave bandwidth always defaults at power up to 5 kilohertz. Yep. Notice that too. Very annoying. And then he goes into a little more detail about things he's mentioned up here. He says the biggest bugaboo with the 880 is the downright nasty distortion on single sideband. Yeah, this radio, when I bought, I can't remember how much it was, and I think one of my subscribers bought it for me originally. And it's, it was in a class that I thought was going to be a good radio, had single sideband. Single sideband was useless, so it was basically not a single sideband radio. And he also reiterates the unofficial sync detector circuit, like in the Sony radios, was useless, made things worse. We can't say if this major issue has been cleared up in later production. Yep, that's my conclusion either. I gave up on that radio. I didn't buy one a couple years later to see if they fixed things because I was so burnt out with the issues with my original one. Maybe other people have bought a more recent one. I thought it was going to be a great radio. And I like the looks and feel, but with these problems, the radio I had, no good. Anyway, thanks to Dave, N9EEOW, for his review and many, many more reviews of radios. Here's a bunch of, and like I say, I want to go down here and find radios. Like I can go back here to the 660 and the 680. I've done those and compare my results when I test them. So that's it. Again, I will put the link to Dave's radio receiver page in the description below this so that I can give him full credit for his review. If you enjoyed this show, please give me a thumbs up and have a great day. Bye-bye.